Smells good, searing off these short ribs. Wish I had a deeper pan. I know I need a deeper pan to increase the surface area to properly get everything caramelized at the right temperature. I know. But this is all I have, so I'm going to actually end up taking most of that back out so I can cook everything evenly. So, yeah. Okay, so I put olive oil, extra virgin olive oil in the bottom of the pan already. So I put about a tablespoon in. So I'm going to set the phone down and add salt and pepper really quick. Sorry, I put some freshly cracked sea salt and some freshly cracked black pepper in there. Just keep tossing, stirring it up, whatever. You don't have to add any more liquid or anything at this point because the onions and all the juices come out of the vegetables and it just naturally caramelizes all the vegetables. So I have a different idea. Since I don't have a bigger pan to do all of my vegetables in, I'm going to saute them like slightly until they're about al dente with just some extra virgin olive oil and some salt and pepper. And then I'm going to put them all in a baking pan, and then I'm going to put more red wine in that, and then I'm going to put my sachet in it, and then I'm going to bake it in the oven until it's nice and juicy. Doing the second batch of mirepoix the same exact way we did the first batch. Just some extra virgin olive oil in the pan, salt and pepper, and saute it. This one has like all the carrots and onions, and that one had most of the celery. That's right. We're going to put garlic in this also, but we're going to wait until we combine it all to put it in the oven because garlic is very tender and can burn very quickly, and when it burns, it tastes very gross. Okay, here comes another trick. I know you guys can't really see or hear as well as I can, but if you can see, it's getting really dry there at the bottom, and you can kind of hear the crackling. The crackling has a certain sound. I swear when you're a cook, you just know what crackle means, what each crackle, like what the sound means, and this means it's getting very dry, so we need to add liquid to the bottom before it gets a little, any burned or whatever to it. So we're just going to add some more of the red wine that we have here, very little bit. And this is called deglazing the bottom of the pan and getting all of those brown bits up, because they're actually good. That's where all the flavor is. It's at the bottom of the pan there. So, there you go. I do mine in cycles as well. I know that may sound weird to some people, but cooking is a process, especially for that really deep, good, rich flavor. Like, we did a hit of the red wine, so now I let it cook out to about the same consistency as before, about, a little bit dry, so then we hit it again. So each time we're cooking the wine down while it also concentrates into the vegetables here. Okay, this is another thing. Like, everything I do is just about homemade. This is a jar that I have saved that I bought somewhere else. And I go to the Amish market up the street here usually because it's so much cheaper than the grocery store. And I buy my own garlic, fresh garlic, and I bring it home and chop it up, blah, blah, blah. Put it in the jar with olive oil, that stuff in there. Floating around is thyme, fresh thyme. And usually I put a bay leaf right down in the middle, and it just marinates while it sits in the refrigerator. And whenever I want to use it, I have some nice fresh infused garlic. So now I'm going to add this to, this is the first batch that we had in the pan before. So now I have it on the cooling rack so it can cool down, because we have to put it in the refrigerator, because that's where the meat is right now. The meat is marinating in the refrigerator. We're going to marinate that for 24 hours. I have that in red. Even the red potatoes I make is getting special treatment. This is red potatoes that I diced up. I put in with some water, obviously, salt and pepper, thyme, bay leaf, onion powder, a whole onion that I diced up, crushed red pepper flake, some beef stock. We're just going to let that boil. And this is all just to add flavor to the potatoes. After that, I'm going to do something else to them. Sorry about that. I got cut off. But anyways, I put it in the pan with the red wine. And I rolled each short rib in some steak seasoning first. I'm sorry. Not too much though, because it'll get too salty. It'll just bleh. Anyways, but then you put it in the pan with some red wine and put it, the plastic wrap over it so it can marinate for 24 hours. And then we just added a little bit of garlic. So right now, this is the second batch. We're just doing it the same way we did the first time with the other batch, letting it get a little dry on the bottom so that way we can hit it with a couple shots of our red wine. Now we have to let the whole mixture cool until it's about room temperature, because you can't put hot things like that in the refrigerator because that's where cross-contamination happens. So just let it cool, go do something else, wash the dishes, whatever. Okay.